Hey yo, what is up guys? Magnus Rick here, bringing you a new title on the channel, YSORIGIN. You know, I one time on stream I used to call this game Yes, and you guys gave me some shit. Because, you know, I didn't know how it's pronounced, so there you go. YSORIGIN, guys. This is a game on Steam, and I'll quickly showcase my controller setup right now. Running the usual Street Fighter Cross Tekken Flight Pad, and because this game's on Steam, obviously this is a PC game. And guys, let me tell you, it's gonna be a hard one. I've only played a few, so it's gonna be kind of blind. I'm gonna maybe I'm probably not gonna do it 100%, but kind of tired of playing games I've played before, to be honest. So I want to try some new stuff out, and I'm really excited to play, guys. So anyway, guys, let's jump into it. And I know already that this intro is gonna be pretty long, so I guess I will shut up to give you guys the backstory. Whatever it may be. We get to choose our one of two characters right now. We get this mage guy, or the axe-wielding fighter. She's got this axe. I don't know, you'd figure these roles would be reversed, but nope. Gender equality, let's do it. So what difficulty do we want to do? How about we do hard? Nightmare, that just sounds like a nightmare.
Jadis, il avait un grand pays légendaire. Qu'on appelait
Is, right there, see? I did it! I got it right!
Sur l'intervention des dièses jumelles et des six saints, les grands pays prospéraient. Les dièses avaient un trésor précieux, la perle noire. Elle avait des sortes de pouvoirs mystérieux. Avec la magie, on pouvait faire des miracles. Avec l'éclairia, on pouvait amplifier ses pouvoirs magiques. Grâce à elle, on croyait que les pouvoirs de Is dureraient une éternité. Mais soudain, un désastre frappa Is. Beaucoup de monstres démoniques sont apparus et ont commencé à envahir Is.
I don't know why this is entirely in front.
Les forces diaboliques ont tout fait de ravager la terre, mais tous les habitants sont sauvés dans le temple de Salomon.
I think it's just like a beautiful language or something.
On aurait dit la fin du monde. C'est alors la perle noire qui sauva Is de la ruine, car elle souleva les temples dans les airs. Mais, aussitôt après ces soulagements fugitifs, les démons ont construit une autre tour, et une nuée de monstres sont partis en direction du sanctuaire. Is menaçait de tomber. Pire encore, un événement imprévu arriva dans le temple de Salomon. Quelle histoire! Les dièses jumelles, les descendantes de Is, ont toutes disparu. Dans une situation désespérée, les 600 ont pris une résolution. Pour constituer une équipe de recherche, ils ont organisé une sélection parmi des chevaliers et des sorciers. Enfin, les 100, ils envahiront à la terre dévastée.
And there's our story, guys. I think that's about it. Basically, there's a city in the sky, which is basically heaven. There's like hell on earth, or like the rapture, and two deities decided to go back to that earth, which is unsafe, and we gotta go save them. I think that's about it. So, At least that's what I got from it. I've seen that twice and I still don't know what's up. So anime, yes! A search party. Wolverine? So that seems really symbolic or something like that, but we were intercepted. That little ball was the search party, and we were intercepted by that like evil blast or whatever, so we all got separated. Doesn't seem like that would happen normally, but you know, anime. This intro has a lot of ratings, so let me get ready for this. This is gonna be rough. But I made a promise long ago. I promised I'd become a knight. I told myself I'd guard those two with my life, just as my dad did. Those being the goddesses, I'm guessing. Please, Dad, watch over me. I swear I'll become a holy knight and keep our ladies Rhea and Fina from harm. Guess I should have been reading in a female voice. Like hell. Oh, I got fucked up. It's like, man, did I just fall from the sky after getting blasted by a dark beam? Yeah, that just happened. Ugh. Wait, where am I? Let's see. My butt. You land on your face, though. Okay, focus. I gotta join with the search, heading down to the surface, and then what? I remember there was a sudden impact, like we hit something, or something hit us. Wait, is that... There's not going to be much rating in this game, guys. This is mostly an action game. This is mostly an action series, not really an RPG. I know this is like classified as a JRPG. Not a lot of story in this one, guys, and mostly with the series, this is how it works, so you're not going to have my terrible rating skills. Much of that. Oops, I think I just skipped that one. You seem familiar to me. A friend of the goddesses, are you not? I am. The name's Unica Tova. Yes, I remember now. You're the priest Tova's granddaughter. Well, yes I am, but I don't really take after him all that much. I can't even use magic. You're the elder rotor tree, right? How's your younger brother? Is he alright? Yeah, he's fine. In fact, he's been my sole conversation partner all this time. He's starting to get rather lonely down here. I bet, you're always quite the chatterbox. I must admit, when the shrine ascended, I found myself worrying about you two. I'm really glad you're both okay. The goddesses gave us life, and they maintain our lives as well. Those noxious fumes will never sever our bonds with them so easily. But you, Atoba. When was it? I beheld a man with one companion in tow, surrounded by a horde of demons. Oh shit! Look like that's coming back. Am I correct in assuming then that he was one of the Tova lineage? That he too was one of the Tova lineage? Yeah, that was my dad. He stayed behind on the surface and brought us some time to raise Solomon Shrine. My grandpa says he couldn't have survived down here. I feel his essence disappear in the miasma. Which isn't to say I witnessed his death, but I can hardly doubt his fate. He's still alive. He's probably a bad guy now. So I guess Grandpa was right. Well, I guess the book is closed on him now. On him, so now it's his daughter's time to shine. Oh, do you seek something from this ruined land then? Yes, we've come down to the surface in search of Our Lady's Rhea and Fina. A few days ago, the two of them vanished from the shrine. No one has seen or heard of them since. I did catch sight of the goddesses, perhaps 3 days ago. You didn't mention that, you shitlord? What else is down here? Of course that's what we're asking about. You saw them? So Father Shion was right. They really did come to the surface. Did you see where they went? See that tower at the foot of Mount Precious? That horrifying tower built to the bridge the ruined land with Solomon Shrine up above. What do you mean, do you see that tower? You mean the tower everybody fucking knows about? They went there. Though it is weak, I sense the essence of both goddesses in that place. What? They're in the tower? Why didn't you stop them? They sought the tower of their own volition. Also, I'm a fucking tree. Like I'm gonna stop them. I saw no reason to intervene. imagine if he said that, yo. But you know what that tower represents. Wait, they are not alone. They are not alone. I sense others in and around its perimeter. Your companions, I believe. Huh? Which companions? Who's over there? So, you will go to them? I will. I need to meet up with others right away so we can bring our stray goddesses back home. You must be a danger no order deep outside world. I'm dead. Great Deku Tree, no! I mean Rhoda, speak to me. Say something. I guess the gases are starting to flare up. With no magic of my own to fall back on, I'm afraid I just can't hear your voice anymore, old friend. So fuck you. Lady Rhea, Lady Fina. You're going the wrong way, bitch. Go the other way. Anyway, guys, that is the story of the game, and quite a shallow story, I might add, but another cutscene. Alrighty guys, there we go. Like I mentioned, pretty shallow story. The tree tells us that the goddesses went into here, into this tower, and lo and behold, we're going to be climbing the tower throughout the entire game. This doesn't feel right. Shouldn't there be more demons guarding the entrance? Do you hear that? Ah! Uh-oh! I suppose we should have expected this, considering where we are. If only we had others with us, we'd be on more even footing. We'll put up a barrier and try to hold it for as long as possible. I should buy you some time to take out the demons on that side. Fewer demons means better odds, right? If I must take up arms, then so be it. Of course you're gonna take up arms, dude. Where are you? Aren't you? Apprentice Knight Unica Tova at your service. Much obliged. Do what you can with these beasts, if you'd please. We'll take care of the demons in the room's periphery. Understood. Dino, Eola, come! Leave this bitch behind. Yes, father. Right away. Alrighty, guys. So you might have looked at the combat and thought, oh gosh, it's gonna be another one of those turn-based strategy games or something. Hell no! You rotten creatures have turned all our lives upside down and taken my dad away from me, so don't expect me to hold back. Alrighty guys, here is our control scheme. We got That's pretty basic as it is. Jump, basic attack with the Z key. I'm actually using the controller, so none of this actually matters. Jump slash, down thrust actually with stationary jump. That's to attack enemies that are in the air. We don't have to worry about that. And then if we attack on the descent of jump, we actually do a down thrust. Now the most confusing attack is actually the lunge attack right there. It is really hard to pull that off. The thing kind of mentions to kind of use an attack after coming to a stop. That isn't entirely true. I think there might be a translational error. I'll talk about that in a second though. Let's just jump into it, guys. We don't have any magic or anything, so it's just going to be basic combos or basic attack. You guys, we are going to be handling these guys. Now the dash attack is kind of confusing. I'll try to explain that right here. Instead of actually coming to a stop with the attack, oh gosh, this actually doesn't matter. Skill enhancements, we don't have them yet, but we do get the boost mode activation, so we'll get basically extra damage, and if we press Y right there on the controller, we can build up boost meter on the side. It's right next to our health bar, I guess, or it's that circular bar on the left there. So the lunge attack, right? So there's the lunge attack. Again, I'll have to explain that in a second because it's not exactly what it says, but pretty strong attack. You can see it actually lowers their defense if we can get it off. So those are our basic combat techniques. We're going to be getting extra skills along the way, but basic attack, jump attack, and then lunging attack, as well as some skills that we're going to get later on. So really kind of a rundown on the combat of this game, but it will get much more difficult. Father Superior, and you two are, guess there wasn't much time for introductions now, was there? I'm Dino, an acolyte of Solomon Shrine. And I'm his colleague, Eolia. I'm Unica Tova. It's nice to meet you both. Tova? In relation to Commander Saul Tova? Oh, yeah, I'm his daughter. He's fucking dead. You live up to your heritage, then. Your fighting style is gallant and graceful. Were I to wield a battle axe of that size, well, suffice to say, I'd have a hard time keeping my balance, let alone hitting anything. Well, you see, I can't use magic, so my strength is really all I have. I see. This young lady was kind enough to volunteer her services in search of our runaway deities, so I suggest we put forth our best effort to find them, for their sake, for ours, and for the commander's as well. Father Superior, thank you so much, but where are the other knights and the sorcerers? Aren't they with you? I'm afraid not. Just as the surface came in sight, our transport spell was disrupted by some outside force, intentionally, as best as I can tell. Was that the impact I felt then? You mean the laser beam? Yeah, it was, and whatever hit us, it blocked out all the ability to control the transport, resulting in a breakdown of the entire enchantment. We were scattered in all directions and hurled down to the surface, quite unceremoniously, though it could have been much worse. Were it not for our individual barriers, the fall alone surely would have been fatal. Whatever force knocked us from the sky originated from this tower, so we've come to determine who's responsible and for what reason. That doesn't explain why you were here, though, Unica, and all alone, no less. About that, some tree fucking told me this tree is, like, setting me up. Could that really be true? Why would they come to such a dreadful place? I can't even begin to imagine. Father, we must find them at once. Indeed, there's no time to lose. Sadly, even with our powers pooled, our fighting skills are no match for the denizens of this wicked place. We need to reassemble the search party before we can begin in earnest. Of course, you're absolutely right. May I entrust this task to you, Dino? Dino? Yes, Father, thank you. Using the Rhodes tree as a base, I'll search the area via transport spell and round up everyone I can find. As for you, young lady... Yes, Father Superior? There's no guarantee that a situation similar to the one we've just experienced won't recur. I'd like for you to remain here with us until the rest of our party arrives, keeping a watchful eye for any more uninvited guests. Okay. Is something wrong? Oh, well... I was kind of hoping you might let me do a little recon, just in the immediate area, of course, not too far away or anything. I'd like to get in some combat training, so I don't let down my guard if the situation gets critical. I mean, I'm just an apprentice knight, and with no magic ability whatsoever, well, I'm just kind of worried I'll get in the way, you know? Admittedly, your reasoning is sound, but I would be remiss to blindly offer consent, knowing the risks. Well, we need to learn more about this tower anyway, don't we? I mean, we barely know anything about it. Come on, please! I'm up to it! I know I am! Very well. I shall personally explain the situation to Sir Galleon upon his arrival. Seriously? Oh, thank you so very much. There is one condition, however. I must insist that you take this with you. And we got a crystal, that's going to be useful for... Well, it's basically a key item. What's this? Come over here, please. I will show you. It's a statue of a monster. How twisted. Just watch. Get transformed. Crystal's power purified the demon statue. Wow, just like that? It's a goddess statue. But how? The best way to explain it would be to say that it's been returned to its original natural form. When Ys ascended, several goddess statues were left behind on the surface. It seems the demons must have found one, brought it here, and changed it. Though to what end, I cannot say. No. Lady Rhea, Lady Fida. Sorry, I said you were twisted. I didn't recognize you like that. Wait, you said that? I think it's safe to... Oh, I get it now. Because the twisted statues, I get it. I think it's safe to assume the other goddess statues have been brought here as well, and have likely met with a similar fate. Thus to Crystal. If you're scout the tower, you may well encounter other statues, and can purify them just as I did this one. Again, key item, these are basically going to be save spots and places where we can get upgrades and buy certain things. So, they're going to be throughout the tower. We can also teleport to them when we get around to it. Alright, sounds easy enough. It's kind of like a portable blessing. And that is legit. But that's not all. It's also another function as well. It can magically transport you to any purified goddess statue within the tower in the blink of an eye. And the object itself is enchanted with this ability, so no magic will be required on your part. Sounds like a lifesaver. Thank you again, Father Superior, for your blessing and for this crystal as well. Unica, I'd like you to take this... Fuck, I fucked that up. I'd like you to take this with you as well. We got a Lila shell. Shell? Another magical item. In this case, it serves as a communication device, allowing us to speak with one another across any distance. No matter where you may be, just talk into the shell. Unless I'm somehow indisposed, I'll hear you. If you should find yourself in need of any assistance, please don't hesitate to make use of it. Neat, thanks a bunch. I'll take good care of it. Before I go, Father Superior, Sister Eolia? Yes? Is there something else you needed? I know I kind of just stubbornly forced my way into this search party. I know I've actually managed to convince you to let me go on my own. So I just want to say I won't let you down, I promise. Thanks for being so accommodating. I may not ever be as great a knight as my dad was, but I'll do everything in my power to find our goddesses. You can count on me. I hope you'll be able to count on us too. We're all together in this, you know. We'll be right here if you need us. Do not hesitate to return for any reason. And may the goddesses guide your path. Please don't forget, if the situation becomes dire, use the power of the crystal. Let it bring you back to safety. I will, and may the goddesses guide your path as well. Alright, that was a freaking long intro, guys. But again, like I mentioned, story is not too heavy in this game. Once we go into the tower, that's all that's going to be the combat right there. So, and I suppose since we haven't had very much combat to begin with in this video, we can go through a little bit of the tower. I know this has been been going for a while already now, doing a whole bunch of reading. And I do want to bring up the start menu right now so we can show you how it looks. Basically, our inventory is going to be full of, these are like key items. So like Eolia said, we can use the Lila shell. We can basically use it at any time to call her. You can speak into the shell and then she'll give us responses or kind of tips. Sometimes there's a lot of puzzles in this game or in the tower just to continue on, and sometimes you don't know where to go, which is an issue sometimes. But either you can explore or try to ask her for tips. I've found that her tips may not be too useful. I think just exploring will be your best option. So here are the options. I like using this able to dash once able. We do get a dash ability to move faster in the game, but we don't get it just yet. Once it's available, we'll get it. And other stuff like a bestiary right there, and our equipment, we'll be able to change those once we start picking up some stuff. So inventory looks pretty simple. I'll also mention the dash attack, right? So I want to showcase how to do that real quick, because the lunge attack is really frustrating sometimes, because it doesn't really mention it. It just says use the attack button when you come to a stop, which it never works when you do that. It's like, what's going on here? So I found the best way to do it is to tap a direction and then press the attack button. So tap the whatever direction you're going once and then use the attack button. The delay on that actually can be pretty quick. You can do it. I think that's probably the best way to do that. And it's really useful. I think it's something that you have to get a hold of because there is some timing involved with that attack. You have to kind of practice with that, I think, if you really want to use it, and I think you should because it causes that defense down, like I already mentioned. So it's really useful to get that down early on, I'd say, where these enemies are easier and you don't really need it, but you know, when you finally need it, it will be useful for you. And we're actually getting worked right now. I'm about to die, actually. And that's something I wanted to mention before the end of this video. I wanted to mention how difficult this game and this series is. I think the best way I can put it is this is a gamer's game, honestly. This really feels like a game where, or not just this game in particular, I mean this series as a whole. Ys is a game where it's extremely unforgiving. There was a key mob, which we had to kill to open up this chest right here. And we'll get something out of it, some Siltium Panacea, which I think heals all kinds of ailments. But like I was saying, Ys is a series that does not fuck around at all. You can tell it is RPG, so there are levels in this game, but often, especially what I experienced in my first Ys game ever, the one I played for the Super Nintendo, this game expects you. It's an RPG and expects you wholeheartedly to level up in every zone. It is not a game that, you know, you can just skip by the enemies, don't bother leveling up. This is a game that fully expects you to kill every mob along the way, maybe even find yourself grinding a little bit on enemies to level up, because what's going to end up happening is very quickly these enemies will start being, if you skip ahead too much, you will find that the enemies are too powerful for you to even kill, honestly. You basically can't kill them. You do 1 damage or something to them. So I remember in Ys on the Super Nintendo, I was playing that, and you know, I was maybe only halfway through the game in its entirety, and I was already at the max level. You know, halfway through the game, I was at the max level you could possibly be, and that's where the game actually ramped up. So I thought that was so awesome, and I feel the same kind of expectations coming out of this game as well, and most games in the series. But very difficult game. I'll just mention that right now, and I want to make sure we get that clear. So nightmare difficulty really would seem kind of scary. I'm already intimidated by hard, but let's continue on. But why would the demons have it? Some kind of artifact. Cerulean Flabellum. Surge of power bursts forth from the artifact. Unica was granted the Whirlwind skill. And we've got our access to our first skill, guys, the Whirlwind. We do get 3 skills in the game. We can charge this one up. Our normal attack, it says, does pretty low damage, but our skills do pretty high damage. This one is the Whirlwind. I think it's best if I just show you guys how it works. It's not really magic like the Sorcerer's Cast, but it's sure close enough for me. I'll take it whatever I can get. And I think, yep, we've already equipped it. So if we press the, well, in this case it's going to be circle for me, but we do get this Whirlwind ability. And right off the start, it's actually expecting us to use it. I think it's really a useful skill. You can see our mana bar is actually underneath our health bar, and it regenerates pretty quickly. So, but like I mentioned, they're going to have us planning on using this, because when you jump, you can actually glide by using it. So that's going to be necessary for some of these jumps later. So, I mean, this is what I mean, where this game can be unforgiving in that if you didn't know that you can jump glide, you would not be able to get past this room with this Whirlwind, and that's just something you have to pay attention on, honestly. So I do not want to skip all these enemies, but we gotta hit this switch right here so we can raise the platform, and got access to a really nice skill. I think it's nice, this skill, because after you cast it, you can immediately go into basic attack. So it's really useful for you know, just dishing out damage while you're attacking as well. It's kind of like a way to do that extra damage, just deeps, and trust me, the enemies are going to need it. Right here, this jump, you're not going to make that with a normal jump. You have to jump glide with it. So right off the bat, they're expecting you to use your new shit. So anyway, here we're using it. I'm finding the best way is probably just basic attack into the Whirlwind, and then that quickly dispatches some people. So, and if we can get the lunge off. Sometimes the lunge is really hard to cast, so because you have to get the timing right, like I mentioned. So, and you can't do it while you're kind of had to do it. Yeah, you kind of had to plan to do it like that. So anyway, there's a path this way. Make sure to remember which paths are which, because you are going to be going back throughout the tower multiple times, and you know, you'll have to remember which kind of places you couldn't access first time, because like I mentioned, we're going to be going back a couple times to get to them. Oh shit. Don't want to get hit with these lasers. And I think I can interrupt them, so I should be doing that. We're already level 2. And we got our boost max too. Boost is going to be really useful. I don't like using it against the normal enemies. Mostly I'm going to save it for the boss battles, which, again, like this entire game, extremely unforgiving. What's going on? We scouted ahead too much. What's happening? Oh shit, I can't move. And see you later. What? Where am I? Looks different room entirely. I guess that weird magic circle thing must have teleported me here. It's a pretty sophisticated trap for a bunch of demons. And there you go, there's the statue we can bring back. And the crystal's power purified the demon statue. And what will we do? So we're gonna go ahead and save real quick and overwrite this save. Here you can see my other file. I've been playing for a while on that. But let's go ahead into here. And guys, I think that's going to be the end of this video. We've covered a lot of intro stuff and won't have to be explaining most of it. That's going to be the core of the gameplay. And we're just going to be picking up skills and going up the tower, guys. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And in the next video, we're going to be continuing through the tower, like I mentioned. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And I will catch you guys later.